You need to be taking some risks, doing some things that you've never considered doing. Everyone starts somewhere. See all these pages that came out for you? There are two different trajectories for you, for your future. I know you've had a lot of chumps. Hello, Libra, my dear. I'm Michele B, and I'm going to set you up with the tarot reading regarding messages for your money and your love prospects. How to get more money, manifest it into your life. How to manifest better love, better quality love into your life. How to live the life of your dreams. La 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 la. And here we go. Where are you right now? I always pull a little stack of cards for finding out where you are at this moment. You're thinking, it's time to take some chances, take some leaps of faith, guided by the universe, the spirit, God. You're feeling like you need to be taking some risks, doing some things that you've never considered doing before. Well, 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 Libra, there you are. What is this based on? Well, not enough forward momentum in some of the things that you have been investing in. I think that what you have been doing so far, people you've been dating, people you've been hanging out with, work that you've been doing, it's kind of like status quo, kind of boring. And you're like, I think I want better than that because things are moving too slowly. You know, the average job, you're not going to make enough money to live the life of your dreams. What is it about you, Libra? My nose always starts itching when it's time for your reading. And I don't want to pick my nose in front of the camera. I won't do it. Anyway, it's time to take a leap of faith and do something different so that you can live a life of passion and excitement and sexy love. That's who you want to be. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And you deserve it. Okay? And I'm going to go into how and why right now when I start talking about your money. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about what's going on in your head, and then I'm going to talk about what is reality, what's really happening. These dark cards are what's going on in your head, under the surface, right? You're like, yeah, I know I've got some gifts. I know that I've got a lot to be grateful for, but I just don't see how I can pull off what it is that I want. I don't see the path forward. I don't understand how it all works. And therefore, I'm feeling a little bit like, what's the point? Why should I even bother if I don't really know my way around? And then you're just like, but maybe it's just not meant for me. Maybe it's my fate to just be mediocre, to be just boring and normal. And besides that, I don't feel like I have the stamina to go through everything that needs to be done in order to be rich, in order to bring in more resources. I don't feel like I have what it takes. I don't have the temperance that it takes to stay healthy and create a fantastic life. That's what's going on in your head, okay? This is reality. Here we go. Reality is everyone starts somewhere. See all these pages that came out for you? Page of Swords, Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles. They all came out to say, hey, everybody's got to start somewhere. Everybody's got to learn the ropes. Even like those people who seem like they had it all made from the beginning. I know that that's something you've had an issue with later, that you didn't get dealt a fair hand when you were born by not being born wealthy and all that stuff. But yeah, everybody had to learn though, that even if they did get a little leg up, they had to learn their way around. And everyone's got their gifts, everyone's got their talents, everyone's got their lucky breaks. And then on all the other things, they've got to learn the long, hard way. Everybody's got to do it. But this is you. You're learning and growing and developing your skills, accumulating resources, accumulating acquaintances, people that you can connect with, and you're growing into someone that can create resources out of thin air, all right? Out of rocks and dirt and water, you can create money. You can bring it to yourself. You can turn $1 into $4 with just very little effort. You can do that. That's who you are. That's just built inside of you. It's just a matter of having the right skills, knowing how to use the tools that are at your disposal to their greatest advantage. But once you've got that figured out, you're set. That's all you need to do. And it's not about luck. It's not about destiny. It's about creating your own luck. You create your own luck by putting yourself out there where people can see you, and that's you right here, and by knowing how to use the tools that you have. Okay? So yes, there are two different trajectories for you, for your future. Here's the fate part, because you're wondering about your fate. You have two different trajectories. You could continue the life that you have been living and just kind of be boring and mediocre and just make enough money so that you can pay your basic bills. Just kind of have a whatever relationship. Or that's one trajectory. And the other trajectory is you take the leap. You make the investments in yourself. You show up for what you think is really important. Magic happens when you take a leap. When you look up into the heavens, as the fool is doing. He looks up into the heavens and he says, God, universe, source, angel guides, show me where to step. And you will always be supported as long as you keep asking. Please show me the way to make this happen. You will be shown the way. Even if being shown the way is just wait, rest. Do something fun for right now. That's showing the way as well, because you're turning your attention away from obsessing over things that you have no control over. Now, we're going to turn our attention toward your love messages to find out what you need to know. Okay, I know you've had a lot of chumps. I know you've had a lot of chumps in your environment lately that aren't trying to level up the way that you are. And you do attract what you're doing. It's really, you're attracting what you think your value is, what you think you're worth. So you do want to level up. You do want to do better. You do want to gain momentum for yourself on something better, and you do that by improving yourself as you're working on right here. You're continuing to work on improving yourself. Okay, so that's one way to do it. In the meantime, being told not to associate with the chumps, right? That they're not making their intentions clear. They come in, they fool around, and then they're gone. Don't associate with those people, right? Here's another symbol of potential chumps, right? And it could be in the form of the other people that you associate with that aren't ready for any kind of committed relationship, that don't really care about who they fool around with. There's that kind of energy as well, that you are who you associate with. It happens. So if you're associating with people that don't really care about having a high value relationship, then that's what you're going to attract to yourself. I mean, it just happens even without the whole law of attraction stuff, without even considering that. There's just the fact that who you're around, that's who is going to be coming at you, So you're like, I'm done with that nonsense. I'm putting up my boundaries. I'm ready for something fresh. I'm ready for something better. But it might mean going out on my own for a little while. It might mean doing my own thing and creating my own definition of what a good relationship is. If your acquaintances, if your friends' definition of a good relationship is people that just go out and party and fool around, then that's what's going to be a reality. But you're like, that doesn't work for me, right? And also the same thing is for those of you who are in committed relationships but aren't really satisfied with how things are playing out. If your partner thinks the idea of an awesome Friday night is just sitting around watching Netflix, and that's not your idea of an awesome Friday night hanging out with your sweetheart, then you might have to redefine for yourself what your relationship should be. Maybe you can do that together. That's the best. That's ideal if you can. If both of you are from environments where relationships weren't like they didn't continue dating each other after they got into a commitment of some kind, right? We do have you here, Libra, getting outside of your comfort zone and trying new things, and that is wonderful. I like that being in the middle of the set of cards that I had here. I see you coming out of your comfort zone, And that's going to go a long way toward introducing you to people that have some great potential. So that means going into places, hanging out with groups that you don't normally hang out with, doing things that you don't normally do, right? And then when you're like saying your prayers and asking for guidance, it's like, go to a meditation circle. And you're like, oh, really? Okay. You go to a meditation circle and, oh la la, you meet somebody new that you would not have met at the bar. A little death of the person that you used to be so that you can become this new version, so that you can become this person, right? A little death of the old you by way of not being around the people that you used to be with, not dating the same kind of people that you used to date. There's a whole new version of you coming up, and it is looking good. So we got all of these successful cards coming up around you stepping out of your comfort zone and meeting new people and trying new ways of being. But what is up with this? 2 4 of Cups. 2 of them came up in this reading. Remember, I was talking about regarding that when it came to the money aspect. It was, I know I got all these skills, but I still don't know if I can pull it off. That's indicating this little niggle of inferiority complex or imposter syndrome that you might have when you're running around with a different group of people than you used to, when you're associating with higher value people. You're going to feel a little bit of an imposter kind of feeling, but that's normal. It's okay to feel that way. Just know that everyone has a right to live a higher quality life. And actually, everybody's got issues. Everybody came from somewhere, and everybody's got issues. Okay, this is where I got to leave it, Libra. Thank you so much for being with me this week. I'll see you in another 12 days. If you're subscribed, you'll be in the loop for that. In the description box below, if you haven't heard me already, you'll find a link to my Instagram, so you can follow me over there. You'll find links to my tip jar, so that you can send me a couple bucks to show me that you really appreciate these readings. It would mean so much to me. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. See you in 12 days, Libra.